Astonishing, 97% of the population doesn't have written goals. Let that sink in for a moment, and how much he had achieved, and then get to work. So I grabbed a scrap piece of paper and wrote down a couple of goals. It didn't cost later when I realized something incredible. I'd actually achieved everything I had written down, even though I didn't have a copy of the list anymore. The goals I had set seemed almost ridiculous at the time, but somehow, just the act of setting them in motion seemed to trigger a chain reaction. It's like setting goals activated different parts of my mind, both my subconscious and superconscious minds. It also seemed to set in motion what some people call the law of attraction, where people and circumstances seem to be drawn to you to help you achieve your goals. It's truly fascinating how setting goals can change everything about you. If someone comes to ask me how to increase my income, here's what I have them do on that first day. I ask them to take out a spiral notebook. Then I instruct them to write down 10 goals they'd like to achieve in the next 12 months. But here's the twist. They have to write these goals in the present tense, as if they've already achieved them. For example, instead of saying, I will earn, they have to write, I earn. And at the end of each goal, they write down a due date, like I earn this amount by this date, or I achieve this goal by this day. Now, there's something interesting that happens when you write down your goals by hand. It's called psychoneuromotor activity, which is just a fancy way of saying that. As you write, you see the words, you silently speak them in your head, and you physically feel the act of writing. All of this helps to program your goals into your subconscious mind. I've had people do this exercise just once, and a year later, they found that list of goals and been amazed to discover that 8 out of the 10 goals had actually come true. It's truly incredible how such a simple exercise can lead to such remarkable results. Let me tell you about a man I recently spoke to. His story is truly remarkable. When he was about 24 years old, he attended one of my seminars where I encouraged attendees to write down 101 goals they wanted to achieve in their lifetime. At that time, he was struggling financially, driving a used car, had little to no money, and was unmarried. Inspired by what he heard at the seminar, he went home that weekend and grabbed a spiral notebook. He then diligently wrote down 101 goals, thinking about what he wanted to accomplish in his life. Fast forward about 12 years later, and I found myself back in the same city, Los Angeles, hosting another seminar. This gentleman attended the seminar and approached me afterwards, eager to share his story. He told me that just 2 weeks prior, he'd been going through his old papers when he stumbled upon that same spiral notebook he had filled out so many years ago. Curious to see how many of his goals he had achieved, he began flipping through the pages and started checking off each goal with a pen. To his surprise and delight, he realized that he had accomplished the majority of the 101 goals he had written down all those years ago. It was an incredible moment of realization for him, seeing how far he had come and how much he had achieved. Since that day, he sat down with a simple spiral notebook and a pen. He said, Jim, and then he began to cry. His body shook with emotion. He told me, Jim, I've accomplished all the 101 goals in just 12 years. His goals were diverse. He wanted to marry a beautiful woman, have children, start his own business, become a millionaire, own a new Mercedes, put his kids in private schools, travel the world, even learn a new language. He found it unbelievable. He achieved not just 100, but all 101 goals in that time. He felt overwhelmed by it all. He couldn't believe it. I told him that writing down goals is like programming them into your subconscious mind. They work for you around the clock, even when you're busy doing other things. So I've always wondered, why don't more people set goals for themselves? It's a question that's been on my mind for quite some time. I've observed that successful individuals have something in common. They have clear, written, and specific goals. Yes. Hey, man, looks like the market's closing here. Pretty good day trading, to be honest. Day 3, I think we've been pretty green as a group, man. Got a little tricky in here. We have that sloping down channel, so toward the close, it got a little tricky. I wanted to check in on a few. Let's run through some of these
some of our stocks here. Yeah, it looks like the dividend's back. I expected that. I mean, if you read the notes on what the board said, I mean, the board was trying to, they're going to pay the dividend based on income. So we got the NASDAQ sold off today. Doesn't surprise me. I mean, we had man, look at that. Look where it stopped too. So we got resistance here. And so far, that's where the NASDAQ is stopping. The Qs, man. Interesting little spot, huh? We'll see if that can hold. Everything had been, sometimes I throw, this is actually called the money flow indicator. Sometimes I throw that on there. If that gets extreme, prices really run. And very often you'll see at least a pause for effect, huh? But let's run through the wind. If you have stock charts, and you're in the MFG, get on the MFG trade ideas of the week. I don't know why I call it that. It's just charts that I'm looking at. I had to call it something. Let's jump here in the wind and let's look at the 7 winds here. We got Bitcoin sitting at 68.57, or I can't even speak, man. Let me see here. I'm going to keep an eye on the NASDAQ here in the overtime. I held over a few shares. Let me, hold on just a second. Let me grab the phone. So Bitcoin, what's the 5 EMA is what? 68,412. So we're holding above the 5 EMA. We got some serious resistance there in that 72,000 range. Sure hoping we'd push higher. Let me see. Hold on. Just telling the MFG staff here that I was live. They're texting me. So I never tell people when I'm going live. Sometimes people ask me, why don't you tell them? Feels weird telling people, oh, hey, I'm going live. Because then they'll be like, oh, I couldn't. I don't want to go back and forth about the shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I couldn't make it. You get a lot of, you have a lot of followers. Then people like feel like they need to tell you why they didn't make it. And it's like, dude, I don't need to know. Okay. It's just too much trying to tell people. People ask me, hey, man, notify. Man, I'm not notifying everybody. Just watch it later. I will post it in Discord and shit like that sometimes. And if you ever see it, feel free, man. Post it in Discord. If you follow me on Telegram, put it on Telegram. It saves me from having to do it. All right. And I got my other phone over here set up for recording, so I can't do it. Let's see. Hold on, let me type this in. I gotta sell some tickets, man. In the swing trading class, we're going to talk a little bit about this, understanding the concept of the wind, and how to apply that to your swing trading. It's super important. And to understand what swing trading is, and that to have fun with it. And swing trading is the perfect trading if you have a full-time job. Okay. And it's what I did first a lot of years, man. All I did was swing trade because trying to day trade back in the day was hard, man. And when I first started trading, the only thing there was swing trading but we called it end of day trading. So when I would get home from work, man, I would plug in my computer, and this is in like 2000, 2001, 2002. and you all that shit. And it would take me 20 something minutes to download charts. You fuckers just hit it on your phone and there you go. You still got people going, I don't know if I can do it, Gerald. And it would take me like 30 fucking minutes just to download the charts. And then I'd have to call in the order over the phone to a fucking broker. And then it was a big deal that you could email it in. And I was like, cool, man, I can email it now? Wow. We can do that shit right from my phone. It's crazy, man. All right, so that was Bitcoin. Bitcoin's holding up. Bitcoin's still a stage 2, although the moving averages are starting to kind of roll over and come together. Hopefully it keeps going. And look over here. We have the same effect. See how it starts to roll over and come together? And then we got that big break and run. I'm expecting that to happen with Bitcoin. My only concern is Bitcoin is connected still to the NASDAQ. If the NASDAQ rolls over, down will come crypto. Bitcoin is just a leverage play on the NASDAQ right now. So all you guys that think you're diversified because you own all growth stocks and all crypto, you're not. It's all the same thing, man. And by the way, if you own Meta, Facebook, Amazon, Salesforce, you're not diversified. You just own tech stocks, okay? Dow Jones Industrial Average has come down and put in a doji. We're going to talk about this pattern at the seminar, the webinar on Saturday. So right now we're looking at the wind. So I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still trading above the 5-day exponential moving average. The 5-day is at 68,342. The 10-day is at 68,168. I don't know what math class you went to, but that makes the 10 below the 5, and then the 20 is below that. So numerically, they're aligned to go higher, okay? It's aligned to go higher. So let's check the Dow Jones. Dow Jones is in a stage 4 decline. I like this. I like the spread. I like it being everything being different. Okay, I like that. That gives us trades. So if we were to break down the Dow, and let's do that right now. I know you guys have this in your setup, right, Sam? Where you at, Sam? If I go look and I come over to look at your computer, and I might just do that, and I go, hey, pull up the Dow 30, and I hit it, and then I click view all, we can go through all 30 stocks that make up the Dow, right? So we got Apple. What else we got? Amgen, right? So we see Apple's holding up, right? You guys have that, right? Chad, right? You guys have this. You have each stock that make up the Dow as an individual folder. So when we see the Dow, when we're looking at the wind and it's selling off, well, we can go look and see, well, what fuck stock is causing this? It ain't Apple. Apple's still going up. Okay, well, what the fuck is it? It's not Amgen. We played this like a champ too, by the way. That stays on my board, by the way. Let me show you something. A lot of times I get people ask me, hey, if I had $10,000, what would I invest in? And I always say, I would keep my money, and I would have money as on a 1, 2. So if you come over here, I want to show you something. If you look at where it says DOD, that stands for Dogs of the Dow. Every day of my life since 2007, I've been following these stocks. Okay. When I would get fired from a job, I followed these stocks. When I got in an argument with my friends, I followed these stocks. When my kids pissed me off, I followed these stocks. So these 10 stocks are always at the forefront of my mind because this is what the richest people in America own. So if you have my book, you don't have to die broke. It's free. Chapter 10 is entitled Dogs of the Dow. So whenever someone says to me, if I had 10,000, 5,000, 100,000, what would you invest in? I start right here. And I run through the fucking Dogs of the Dow. It's always on my mind. And I'm always looking at where are they all the fucking time. So the Dow's selling off right now. Well, that means I need to pay attention, man. It means I can grab some stocks cheap. Where are we at on StreamYard? GP, would you call a breakout on WBD? Today's big move. We'll check it out. I'll look at it. But I'm breaking down the wind here, okay? So as we go down the Dow, American Express, well, shit, that ain't selling off. So what the hell is bringing the Dow down? Boeing, that thing's been shitty. Still shitty. It ain't causing this sell-off. Caterpillar, here's Caterpillar. It's not Caterpillar. It's barely down. So what's causing the sell-off? Look at this. Stupid-ass Salesforce. CRM. Look at this big drop. So this big drop is causing a lot of the push into the Dow Jones. So if we're looking at the wind, which is what we said, Bitcoin. Well, if we're looking at Bitcoin, we can go look at the top 30 coins, not all your dumb coins, but top 30 coins by market cap. Well, based on what this is doing is what they're going to do. So, personally, I think Bitcoin's in a stage 2. And as we go down, down the wind, we're looking at the Dow. Dow's in a stage 4 climb. It happened right here. We could have hedged ourselves. We could have took a short position and bought puts on the Dow, right? But what am I looking for? That's a doji reversal signal, by the way. If you didn't notice, now you should notice. Doesn't mean it's going to stop, but it grabs my attention. So one of the things I'm going to talk about on the seminar, Saturday, 10 Central, June 1st, is confluence. Confluence is the alignment of multiple indicators or chart patterns. Well, that is one of the things that I look at, among 6 other things, support and resistance. Well, we're coming into that too. I'm also looking at the RSI. What about the MACD? So I'm looking for confluence in these things to give me an idea of what I should do. I don't know where it's going. Nobody does. So we know Salesforce has caused a lot of damage to the Dow. What else? Not Cisco. It's been shitty. This is a B&B trade, by the way. It's my new book coming out, Chaos to Cash, how to profit from these big blue chip stocks, how to very, very easy way to trade these things. This is right here. This is a no-brainer. It's not going down, so it's not Cisco. It's not Chevron. Look at Chevron. That's part of Dow. It ain't dropping. I know all of you have a list of the 30 Dow stocks, right? So if I came to your house and I said, hey, open your charts, show me the 30 of the Dow stocks. You know that, right? 30 states. 5 fucking Kardashians. You probably know 30 football teams. Surely 30 Dow stocks. You should have them in a folder, by the way. Let's see. What else we got? Dow component, the actual stock Dow. What's up, Nick? You guys think Nick has them? Is it Goldman Sachs? No, it's not that. What's up, Fit for Life Doc? You think he has them? You need to get financially fit. It's definitely not Home Depot. This is Home Depot. Home Depot dropped below the 200. You don't see that very often. So you want to keep an eye on the individual stocks that make up the Dow Jones so we can figure out, well, what the fuck is the problem? Why is it bringing it down, man? Because that's going to give you insight. If you just look at top down, you might be like, oh, the market's in trouble. The Dow's selling off. Blah. Well, it doesn't look like it's in trouble to me. Look, Honeywell's breaking the fuck out. So it looks like it's just a couple stocks inside of the Dow, man. It's just a couple of them. Doesn't look that bad. A lot of these look good. Look at Intel. Intel's a stage 1 buy here. Dividend stock trading below 200. That needs to go on my board, man. That needs to go on my board. It didn't. I slacked a little bit on the homework this week. Let's see. Nick says, I do have some Home Depot. But, Nick, are you tracking the wins in a folder where you can just go down the 7 wins that make up the global markets? And when I got to the Dow Jones and I see it's in a stage 4, you should be able to just click over and go to a chart that says the Dow 30. And then you have all the 30 stocks in the Dow Jones listed. And so you can scan through looking for opportunities. What opportunities we got? Well, we got one opportunity in Boeing, but I would pass. That's a shitty play. Caterpillar, I'm not going to mess with. CRM may set up, but not right now. We need a few more days, right? We need at least 4 days. This is going to be a while, by the way. There ain't no rush into that stock. But we could stalk it. We know Cisco's a setup, right? We need this to hold as an anchor point, and this would be the target. So we can go through breaking down the Dow and find the good ones. This is Disney. I like that setup. It filled the gap, by the way. Look at the gap. Filled the gap, by the way. And where's the next gap? Right here. So that would be to the upside. So I like that Disney play right there. What we could also play what? DISO or whatever it is for the leveraged Disney income fund. Let's see. Goldman Sachs, that thing ain't done. That's a stage 3. I don't think there's no play there. There's definitely a play. This is a stage 1. We got an anchor point. It's above the 5, right? So if I was swing trading, boom, my first target is 45. My next target's around 365. My next one's around 390. So see how we can find these plays? Boom. Now we got an anchor point. It's breaking out. I would jump early on this one, but I would expect tomorrow this comes down. If this comes down, I would take a position if I'm swing trading, and my target would be around this 206 range. And you notice now, look, you've got the money flow pattern. All right, so let's go down. Curvy, you going to be at my webinar tomorrow? See if some, look, and that's a doji reversal right here, by the way. You going to be at my webinar tomorrow? If you're not, I'm going to block you. Let's see. Everybody that I know, you're not there, I'm going to block you. We're going to be done. Let's see. I'm going to follow the professor's lead. I'm just going to block people I know who aren't there. Johnson & Johnson, this is on our BNB. It hit our target, though. Boom. Sold half, but now it's come down. We can look to load this up again. Let's see. So what brought the Dow down, man? These are all the company stocks. These are all the stocks from the Dow. It all looks good, man. What time? God damn, do I need to send you the fucking link personally? What time? Fuck out of here. It don't matter what time. Be there. You don't have shit going on that's better. I can't even believe you said that. What time? What in the fucker? Well, I got to go to my cousin's baby's birthday party. Blocked. All right, 3 a.m. What time? Jesus fuck. Merck. I don't know what's bringing the Dow down, man. There really ain't much here. Microsoft is a huge portion. This big sell-off, that could bring the Dow down. Boom. So Microsoft, CRM, let's see. But look at Nike, man. Nike's breaking out right here. So we got a breakout trying to close on a house. Fuck out of here. You can listen to it with an earbud in. Close on a house. It's at 10 Central. Close on a house. You better send me pictures you closed on a fucking house. I know you did. That possibly would be one excuse not to make it, that you bought a house. All right, I'm going to give you that one. If you're buying a house and you actually are closed, send me fucking proof. Send me proof. Or I don't believe. I know you bought a house, though. I'm proud of you. I am proud of you about that. United Health. This was the other stock that's bringing the Dow. I mean, we only got 3 or 4 stocks bringing the Dow down, man. So I don't understand this big sell-off in the Dow. I know you will. I'm proud of you buying that. Verizon's breaking out. So you see the mixed signals we're getting. And it explains why we're getting this doji here, man. Because if you, I know you are. I know you're trying. I'm just trying to put pressure on you. So if you think about it, we got some breaking out, some breaking down. This doji totally makes sense, man. It really does if you think about it. Totally makes sense. So I don't know, man. Let's see how it plays out. Let's keep going down the wind. So we got Bitcoin, stage 2. We got the Dow, stage 4 decline, but it looks like it's going to stop here. We'll see. We don't know. What about gold? Gold looks set to go into a stage 4 decline. It's not dropping, though. It's holding this here. So I don't know. We'll see, man. I think it might rip higher. I wouldn't get short. That's for damn sure. But it ain't wanting to drop. That's for damn sure. Also, we picked up the new gold option income fund. What is that shit? GDX? What is that shit called? Anybody remember? Let me see. If you're not in these yield max option, man, we got, where's my man that dropped? He's 180,000 in dividends. Where the fuck is that? That shit is inspiring. Let me see. What is the new one here? These are option income funds that have stupid yields. Like some of them are 150% and shit. Not 150, but 130 at one point. Coney, this motherfucker was 140% at one time. 140%. Let me find this gold one. Hold on. GDXY, the Yield Max Gold Miners Option Income Fund. What's up, Rich? Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, this is a new one. We started picking it up. I added it to my margin dividend portfolio. I started that about 6 months ago, man. Dividends are like 53 grand a year now. I'm trying to add 2,000, at least 1,000, maybe 2,000 in yearly dividends a week so that I can break 100 grand by the end of the year in that account. So, but we got people in MFG already 3x'd me. Greedy motherfucker. No, I'm teasing. I'm proud of them. So that's gold. There's a lot of ways to play this, right? We'll see if it holds. The Qs we just went over. QQQ stop right at support, which was previous resistance right here at the 20. We'll see tomorrow what it does. Let's take it down. The SPY stopping right at the 20, man. Let's break this down a little bit. Now, I would ask you, what are the top 10, top 20 stocks inside of the SPY by market cap? We know Apple's in there. I bet Salesforce is in there somewhere. Look at this, man. Right around in there, right? Similar to what is happening with the SPY. We won't save that. So let's get back to the wind here. Dow, gold, Qs, S&P, bonds. Man, this has forever been going down. I don't even know what to do with bonds, man. I really don't. I just keep adding to these fuckers on stage one, man. Who knows? I don't know, man. It never seems to want to go up. It is just in this brutal down channel. If bonds ever decide to go up, fuck, I might get rich. Let's see. We are in this oil trade. Yeah, man, appreciate you too, Rich. We're in this oil trade. We got a nice stage one here. We got wrong. We got long, which shit, I don't know. Maybe it is wrong. We got long gush. There's a couple ways to play this oil. Okay, a couple ways you can play oil. The UCO is a leveraged play on oil, 2x. It's a leveraged ETN. Yeah, I don't think the SPY is equally weighted. I think the market cap, most of these indexes are market cap weighted. I could be wrong on the SPY. I'm pretty positive it's market cap weighted. I mean, the bigger the company gets, the bigger that effect that it has. There's a lot of people out there saying NVIDIA is the only stock moving the market. That is just not true. There's plenty of stocks moving the market besides NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA has an outsized effect because it's a big fucking stock, but there are other stocks playing around besides NVIDIA. Appreciate you, Anthony. This is one way you could play oil if you want to do a direct play on the commodity itself. Same with gold. I would do the leverage ones because they move much faster. Another way is ERX. ERX is a play. So if you look at this pattern right here, right? Look at this down channel. It's brutal. Now look at the XLE, which is the ETF for energy. It's the exact same chart pattern. This ERX is a 2X. Well, let me see. ERX. God darn it. Hold on. ERX is in a 2X leveraged version of the XLE, which is one of the sectors of the S&P 500. Now, I wouldn't try to have all 500 stocks of the S&P 500 like I was saying earlier. With the Dow, you can do it. With the Qs, you can do it. So what I do with these, so there's the Dow 30, there's Dogs the Dow, everything inside of ARC. What I do with the S&P is the spiders, which is basically the 11 sectors of the S&P. And that breaks it down into 11 things, and it at least lets me know what sector is pushing the S&P up or down. Typically, I'm not looking for the ones that are being pushed up. I'm wanting to see the ones that aren't doing that damn well so that I can look for deals. That's usually the way I play it. But, short-term players, day traders, you might want to look at the ones pushing up. Like if this is going to break out and I'm really, really a short-term player, then I would want to drop this down and I want to play this fucker. But I need leverage. So I could either do options or I could play a leveraged fund that's a version. This is the U.S. insurance ETF, right? The IAK, but there's 2 and 3 X's of this. And look, inside of this is the home builders, right? This is the materials select. There, if you're in Discord or on my Telegram group, I've shown this app that I use all the time. It has the 11 sectors, has the ETFs. It shows you the top 10 stocks in each one of those. Super simple. Within a couple weeks of fucking with it, you will know the top 10. You already know them. You just don't think you do. You already know 50 fucking stocks inside the S&P. You really do. You just don't know you do. When you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, I go there. Oh yeah, I've been there. Oh yeah, I buy that. Oh yeah. And you're going to be like, damn, I already know all these. I just didn't know that was called the XLP or the XLU or the XLY. I didn't know that, but now you know. So soon, man, you'll have so much shit in your head. You'll be like, damn, I just don't have room for dumb shit anymore. So that's the wind, man. I think we're still okay. I'm expecting a big run out of Bitcoin. And if you know, my favorite coin right now is BCH, baby. It's all about that Bitcoin Cash life. So we've been buying these. I'm up to 30 coins. I'm trying to get to 50 coins, man. I need the 50 coins. Maybe this bitch will run back into the, it was at 750. So I'm buying some coins here, man. Buying coins. This is what I'm going to pay the MFG staff in Bitcoin Cash. And it's up to them to sell it. Could have some sector rotations. We got to finish out the week and dig into the homework this week. And we'll see. And we'll see. Fuck, man, am I still on here? What's up, Jess? Let me put this banner back on. All right, so we gone through some shit here. One of our trades of the week here a while back, this air. Look at these beautiful patterns, man. And we'll break this down at the seminar. This is the pattern that I'm looking for. Look how pretty these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I mean, this thing has just been picture fucking perfect. So, man, that's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at. Get in the Peters report, man. If you're not, get on my seminar on Saturday. The more people, the better. And then I think the next one we do is probably going to be a little more boring, but it'll be taxes related to real estate and stocks, how to shelter some of your earnings in the stock market. A little more boring shit, but I'll bring on an accountant to help us. And you know, hopefully we can compensate these people for helping us and create some good shit for the Money Flow gang. And I'm telling you, man, me helping you guys helps me because it keeps me on my motherfucking toes. There's Chris Johnson. Let's see. Chris, man, you're going to be at my fucking seminar on Saturday. He might know too much to be there. I may have taught him everything I know. We'll take this down. What's up, Chris? How you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. So the Celsius, I like this Verizon breakout, man. I don't know. This tells me something. What's up, Chris? Hope you're doing well, brother. I like this breakout we got going here. I like that. I like that. Hey, and I'm going to have some, they're working right now. One of my researchers is working on the PDFs for everybody. It comes into the, what's up, man? I never know too much. I know. That's a good example. That's why I said that. I wanted to point that guy out to you guys. Not to call him out, but every time I talk to Chris, every time I'm around him, the times I've seen, he's always learning, always researching something. And you know, that's one of the 10 pillars of success, man. Never stop learning. That doesn't mean that, you know, sometimes people misinterpret that. Part of that never stop learning is keep refining what you already know. It doesn't mean keep learning new shit and then you don't do the old shit and then you learn new shit and don't do the old shit. It's not what it means. Sometimes you are learning new shit, but it's after you've mastered the old shit, you know, so because it begins to layer on top of each other, you know. So if you learn this swing trading, well, fuck, that'll make you a better everything, better investor, better day trader, you know, because I'm telling you, nothing will make you a better investor than swing trading skills, you know. So when you see something like this, well, fuck, if you're an investor and this is Intel and you go do some research and you're like, man, this thing's undervalued. Okay, Well, look, remember what we just said? Let me show you something. The Dow stopped on a doji, right? That doesn't mean for certain, but look at this. The lowest low in this goddamn move was a doji, right? You see it? Now, if you're me, you see that. And you're like, dude, all I need is 3 bars going sideways. Bam, I'm in this. So I started accumulating shares. That's what when I was talking earlier when I came on about confluence. That's the alignment of multiple things, right? So I've got my RSI, I've got my bottoming, it looks like. I've got all of a sudden I've got a doji. So all these things begin to line up to give me more confidence in this trade. And so watch, if we pull up the Dow, like we were just saying, look at that. I don't know for certain that's the bottom, but that's one thing. Now, if I have, do I got any support? Yeah, I kind of do. What about the RSI? No, it's not quite there, but look, the support's right there. So I could start to formulate. Now, I'm not trying to predict here, though. I'm just stating what is fucking obvious. So, okay, I got support. Well, guess what? That used to be resistance. Okay, cool. Check, check, check. I got sideways. I got up. I got sideways. And look, the RSI went extreme. Now it's coming down. Well, fuck, it's coming down into possible support and it's on a doji. So I'm getting what? Confluence of ideas. I know I got a little time and I'll spread apart, but what it does is it alerts me and tells me, man, I need to dig into this Dow and see what's inside of there and what's about to run and what's been left for dead. And I can begin to say, okay, as an investor, what do I want to buy? And then as a trader, what do I want to buy? So as a trader, shit, look at Nike. If I'm looking for a swing trade, oh, are we going to lose internet now? Oh, look at this breakout move. And it's below the 200. You see what I'm saying? So he's watching me on YouTube and IG. So yeah, this will be saved on YouTube, guys. So you see how as we begin to break down the wind or the 7 different things we look at, and as we begin to then break down the Qs by the 30 stocks inside the Qs, the 30 stocks inside the Dow, the 11 sectors, it's too many for the S&P 500, but we can break down the 11 sectors. Now, all that sounds like a lot. I know it seems over fucking whelming. I get it. But the more and more you do it, the easier and the faster you can process this kind of information. And you might be just looking for certain things. You might have all the investments you need. You're just looking for breakouts to get long. Boom, there's one. We got one in Verizon. What else? We said we had one in, somebody mentioned WBD, Warner Brothers. Come on, baby. That one's shooting up. I like this stock, man. This is a $12, $15 stock trading too low. I like that move. So if as a trader, I might want to get in on that. So I could pick up some shares and look, I got an easy stop and look right there. Motherfucking doji. Come on, man. Come on, man. Motherfucking doji. Look at that. So I got a doji. I got a stop point. I got a breakout. Hey, come on. That's called confluence. I just need 4 of the 6. And if I get all 6, shit, I'm probably already in it by the time I get 6. That just confirmed it. I'm already in the money. Look at CVS. Boom. Look at this stage 1. Now, you remember what I always say, on that big drop, don't buy the big drop. Look how far away these things are. We call that a broken family. There is no rush because it's going to go sideways. And that first bump almost always fails. Man, I could show you chart after chart where when you get this big drop, this is just discount hunters. And then they push it back down. I like these second and third bumps best. Doesn't mean I wouldn't play this because every once in a while you get that motherfucking V shape. Look right there, motherfucking doji. Those dojis, those Jesus crosses, as we call them, the MFG, man, you notice they tend to appear near the bottom and near the top. They don't got to be perfect. It just gives me a heads up, man. That all that means is indecision. All it means is people are like, fuck, I don't know. It opens and closes at the same price. Everything in between was just fucking people playing around. But now look, everything's coming together, right? Come together. Remember, I'm always playing that song. Man, you'll see this. And so we saw it on CRM. You're going to see the same pattern. Watch. Come on, baby. Don't let me down. Oh, my God. Fucking New Orleans. We got hammered by weather. Look. Boom. We got plenty of time. You got 2-3 weeks on this bitch. it's probably going to drift down. And look over, man. Look over here. Look at that. You got some support over in here. So as I draw this out across, it would not surprise me in the slightest to see this bitch come down in the 200, set up, start to go sideways, and what? Make a run. Make a run. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But that's the same pattern, right? So as a swing trader, I'm just looking for patterns, man. That's all I'm looking for. And these patterns make a lot more sense once you see the bigger picture. One of the keys to swing trading is seeing the big picture, right? That's one of the things, because especially as a money flow, we're always trading in the direction of the primary trend. Or if I'm not, I need to be aware of the fact that I am trading against the trend. It means I got to have some discipline. I got to be able to get the fuck in and out. Yes, sir, Rich. I meant to tell you that the lady watching my house, because I'm in my New Orleans house, she got it. The package is in my house, man. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I meant to tell you that, man. So a lot of good stuff going on, guys. If you're not on my Substack, get on my Substack, man. I got people helping me write. We're putting out a lot of good stuff on there, a lot of good research. If you can just hit my bio link if you want. And I think it's right here. Right now, that shit's all free, man. If you want to get in on the course, hit me up. If you don't have any of my books, I'll give you a free ticket if you pick up the package. It's all digital, but I'll give you a free ticket. We got quite a few coming. I'd like to blow it out, though, so I can help pay the staff that are helping me with this. But if you don't have it, man, we're trying to update the Piers report, make it a little bit better. And we got it inside of the Substack now, and it's connected to podcasts and all that good stuff, man. It's doing well. Probably a few too many pictures of me, but I got to give them some new pictures. But we're trying to use original pictures so we don't have to fucking use other people's stuff. I got to put one of Chris on there, man. Chris, I got to get our picture on there, man. Put that out. I'm going to do that. I'm going to send that podcast of me and you and put it in. That'd be a good article for the weekend too. So, yeah, man, what's up? So you can click on it, get on there. The notes are always me. And if there's anything misspelled, that's because it's probably me at about 3 o'clock in the fucking morning writing these notes. I've been a little delayed. Had some people come in and we've been working on this new book. And it's hard to do it unless you're obsessed, you know. These notes are all me. And sometimes I do a little video. I need to get back to that. I'm trying to work on I've been trying. These are notes. I've been experimenting with that, but time-wise, that gets tough. But I'm trying to add, trying to get people to help me. So that gets tough, man, trying to do all the clips and videos. How do I just invest in you? I don't know what that means, bro. Hit me up, though. Get in the swing trade. Even if you're good at it, get in. Maybe I'll say something you never heard. All you need is one little nugget to make it worth it. And I was hoping we get 200 or 300, but we got a few days. Maybe we'll hit 200. We broke 100, but I was really shooting for 200 people. We'll see. Hey, I appreciate everyone. Thanks, Instagram. If you don't have any of my books, grab them. I put the book and course on sale, and if you do them, I'll give you a ticket to this for free to the event. If you already got them, come to the event. There ain't nothing you're doing on Saturday more important than this. I promise you, man. God bless. Let's see. Maybe we'll share this video. We'll share that video, YouTube. What's up, YouTube? Let me see if we got any comments here. What's up? Hope everybody's doing well. What's up, Alex, Jez, Nick, Tim? Appreciate all you guys, man. Coming in. Hit like. I'd appreciate it. Candace. Always got the yeah, that's a breakout, my man. Edgar, that's a breakout for sure. Any move like that with a bar that big above the 20, even though I know why you asked. I know why you asked that maybe it's not. I know that's a good eye too. The reason he said he wasn't quite sure is because if you look at it, it's just kind of back where it was, man. So Yeah. So I would call that, just because the damn bar is so big, man. Look at the size of that bar. I'm going to share to subscribers only. That's what I'm going to do on Instagram. I don't know. Let's put it out for everybody for now. Yeah. But yeah, because that bar is so big, man, I'd call that a breakout. If it had been a tiny little bar, I don't think I would have, man. You know, I hope you can see the difference there. Yeah, Russell, I appreciate you too, man. Appreciate you guys pushing me. Honestly, if people weren't pushing me, I probably wouldn't do as much. I'm getting old. I still feel 30 in my head, but I'm not. I am not actually 30. So I appreciate you guys, man. I'm going to go back, shoot some video. I'm trying to get ready for this Saturday thing. If you can make it, I appreciate it. If you can't, I understand. I just like picking on people. Some people got to be pushed on, man. I'm one of those people. If you tell me, oh, hey, take your time, I'm going to take my time. If you tell me, hey, get your shit and let's go, I'll get my shit and go. You know, I'm going to push whatever level people are expecting me to go, man. So that's why I always try to lean on myself. I was showing that Wes Watson. I know a lot of people don't like him, but he makes me laugh because I do that too, man. I used to do that a lot. But that's how I talk to myself, man. And I was watching Wes and he's talking that way. And I'm like, damn, that's why I used to do. I didn't know what else to say when I first came online doing stuff. I just talked the way I talk to myself, man. And a lot of people liked it. And I had to tone it down as I got more and more followers on Instagram. I mean, YouTube don't give a fuck, but Instagram, they get a little butthurt, it seems like. I don't know why, but something about Instagram. I don't know, man. All right, you're going to be there, Tim? Excelente, sir. Appreciate you, man. You guys be good. Peace.